Australian woman gives birth to stranger's baby after IVF embryo mix-up. A miracle turned nightmare. A woman in Brisbane, Australia, gave birth to a child she believed was biologically hers after undergoing IVF treatment at Monash IVF. For 9 months, she carried the baby, unaware that the embryo implanted during her procedure did not come from her or her partner. The woman only learned the truth months after giving birth, when Monash IVF conducted an internal investigation after noticing a missing embryo intended for a different couple. The missing embryo, the embryo that was used in the woman's IVF procedure, belonged to another couple who had stored their embryos at the same clinic. It was only when this couple requested to transfer their remaining embryos to a different clinic that staff noticed one was missing. An internal audit uncovered that the embryo had mistakenly been thawed and implanted into the wrong patient during an IVF cycle in 2022. By the time this was discovered, the child had already been born. Emotional shock and legal uncertainty. The woman who gave birth was devastated. She had bonded with the child, believing the baby to be hers. At the same time, the biological parents were shocked to learn their embryo had been used without their knowledge or consent. This has created a deeply complex emotional and legal situation. Australian laws do not clearly define what happens when a child is born as a result of such a mix-up. Who has the legal rights? Who is the mother? The situation is unprecedented in Australia. A public apology, Monash IVF publicly apologized and admitted the mistake. The company described the incident as a result of human error and said it occurred during the process of thawing and preparing embryos for transfer. The company notified the families involved as soon as the mistake was discovered and has since commissioned an independent investigation led by barrister Fiona McLeod, SC, to review the processes and protocols that failed to prevent the error. Monash also reported itself to the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, HPRI, and the Federal Department of Health. A damaged reputation. This incident comes just months after Monash IVF paid $56 million to settle a class action lawsuit related to the faulty pre-implantation genetic screening of embryos. That case involved dozens of patients who claimed they were given incorrect advice about the viability of their embryos. Now, with this embryo mix-up, Monash IVF's reputation is under further scrutiny. Experts are calling for stricter regulation, better oversight, and improved safeguards in fertility clinics across Australia. Public confidence in IVF safety and ethics has been severely shaken. The national and global impact this case has stirred conversations, not just across Australia, but around the world. Similar cases have occurred in the US, Italy, and other countries where embryos were accidentally implanted into the wrong patients. In those cases, courts and families struggle to reach outcomes that balance genetic rights with emotional bonds. Australia now faces growing pressure to implement uniform national guidelines for embryo storage, labeling, and transfer procedures to ensure such tragic mix-ups do not happen again. Many are also calling for a national embryo registry to track embryo identity across clinics. A child at the heart of the storm. The child, now several months old, is at the center of a situation no one ever imagined. The families involved are now trying to navigate one of the most painful and legally complex questions imaginable. What is best for the child? Privacy laws prevent the public from knowing whether the child will stay with the woman who gave birth to her or whether the biological parents will seek custody. What is clear is that no amount of compensation or legal ruling can undo the emotional toll on everyone involved. This case serves as a reminder. In the pursuit of life through science, human lives and hearts are still fragile, and when systems fail, it's people who carry the burden.